Hey everyone, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my makeup inventory. This has been a pretty highly requested video on my channel, so I'm happy to finally be getting this video out for those of you who have been interested in seeing it. This is actually my third attempt to film this. The first time I filmed it, I had some technical difficulties, and then the second time I just didn't like how it turned out. I also didn't really like how the first one was turning out either. I'm just going to go back to having fun with painting, and I'm not going to stress out about things. So what I'm really trying to say is that I don't care about the number. I don't care about how much I have, if that makes sense. Like, I don't want this huge collection, but I also don't care about trying to get my numbers down to a specific point. So I'm doing this makeup inventory because I know that there's a lot of people out there that just want to know. They're interested, they're curious, maybe a little nosy, and that's cool. I get nosy about other people's collections too. I want to know what they've got. And it's not about comparing, it's just like I like to just know those things. I like to see people's collections. But yeah, I just wanted to say that I'm just not really going to focus on the number for the time being. It's just not something that it's something that's been stressing me out so much because I'm constantly worrying about this subset group of people that aren't going to like me because I don't have a minimal collection, and I just need to stop caring about that. I just, those people are going to find a reason not to like me no matter what. So, but I don't want to focus on the numbers. I think being aware of them is good. Don't get me wrong. I like having my little Excel spreadsheet with everything listed out in it. I think it's really helpful, and I enjoy having that. I enjoy keeping it up to date and all of that. I enjoy using it for roulette style projects, but I don't have a goal number. I had tried to go through and set a goal number for each category. I just don't need to do that. It's not really important to me, because if I'm being completely honest, I'm pulling those numbers out of my butt. They don't mean anything. I'm just like, oh, that sounds like a reasonable amount, and that's just not what I care about. I don't care about the numbers. I care about rotating through my collection and really just enjoying it and knowing that the products that I have in my collection are ones that I really like. So do I need to hit paint on everything? No. Do I need to finish everything? For me, no. And that might be different from you, and that's okay. So, okay, let's go ahead and just dive into this. So the way that I'm going to order this is that I took little clips of kind of each drawer or each little section. I have this guy over here, so I took a little clip of that. And so I'm gonna go kind of in order. So I'm gonna kind of go with an order that will fit those clips. So if this seems sort of in a very strange order, that's probably why. I'm actually going to start off with eye primers. So I have 7 of them. 3 of them are eye bases, and they're in little pots. The other 4 are the more traditional tube primers. One of them's almost done, so there's that. I didn't want to come up with goal numbers for any of these categories, but with primers, I just want to find the ones that work well for me and just stick with those. I definitely don't need to have that many different ones. I used to have a lot more though, to be honest. So I think it's good. That number isn't too crazy to me because it's been a lot worse in the past. The next category I have is single eyeshadows. So these are going to be any that are in Z palettes or just little single compact. I have 162 of those. I think that's an okay number. I'd rather have more single shadows and less palettes. I mean, that's kind of the direction I want to head. I also have a category for glitters. This is any glitter, like a glitter liner, glitter glue, loose glitter, anything that's glittery, basically. I have 58 of those, and I don't know, that seems too many to me. So I just don't think I would like rotate through that many. But just also keep in mind, like some of them are like the Stila glitters, you know, and other ones are like the like actual loose glitters. So it's kind of a wide variety of things. And some of them are like actually glitter liners. So there's just kind of like a huge variety. So I think 58 is kind of a huge number. But I think if you were to actually go and break it into like subcategories, which I didn't do, then it seems like a little better to me. But still, that's an area that I would like to see go down. But by how many numbers, I really couldn't say. There's also pigments. I have 30 of those. Yeah, again, I don't think I need that many. That seems like a little excessive. Those are all going to be like loose pigments too, so I definitely think I need to bring that number down considering I don't reach for pigments very often. Alright, next up I will talk about concealers. So with concealers, I do have 21 concealers. Yeah, that's too many. I feel like I wouldn't really be able to rotate successfully through all of those and really get a good feel for all of them. Again, I think that number could be a lot worse, I guess. Alright, and then setting powder is the next product because it's in the same drawer as my concealers. But I have 16 of those. Again, I definitely don't need that many, and I do have quite a few in that category that I know that I'm going to declutter because I just don't need that many. So I'm just going to kind of keep it to the ones that I either know that I really like or that I'm excited to kind of try out, and then the rest of them can go. I also don't really use like pressed powders, so I do have some pressed powders that I should probably declutter because I don't need them. I'm also almost done with one of them, so I think that'll be, so I am going to hopefully finish it up soon, and then, you know, that's just one more that's done. Next up is foundation. So I have 35 foundations. This also includes any like tinted moisturizer or anything like that. That's too many for me. I definitely don't feel like I'm rotating through them very well. So, and I definitely think that's also a category that has probably some foundations in it that have expired, and I just am in denial about them, and I haven't taken them out of my drawer and thrown them away. I tend to do that a lot. I know I have a lot of like lip products too that are probably expired, and I don't know if anyone else does this, but I'm just like in denial about it. Like I keep telling myself like, oh, maybe it's okay, like I'll give it a try later, maybe it's something I can pan, you know. And I think again that's another, so I also like tend to hold on to things because I'm like, oh, I could pan this, but if you say that about enough products, like then no, you like not ever going to pan all of them. So yeah, so I definitely want to see my foundation collection. I definitely want to see my foundation number go down, but I also still want to be able to like try out the new foundations that I like. So I want to find some sort of balance there. So next up I have my primers. I have 21 primers. Again, that's too many. I'm also like pretty picky about my primers, so I feel like there's a type that I really like and all other ones are just ones that I don't need in my collection, so I'm probably going to be doing a pretty thorough declutter there as well. But yeah. I also have kind of a weird random category for like moisturizer and skincare that I use specifically underneath my makeup, so I keep it in my makeup room and I only ever use it when I'm doing my makeup, so I feel like I wanted to include it in with these numbers. So I have 5 of those. Again, I don't need that many. I have like 1 serum and like 4 moisturizers. So yeah, I definitely don't need that many, and I think that's an area where I just need to like pick the one that I like the most and stick with it. I'm going to shift to eyeliners. It's kind of in a weird order, sorry guys. So my eyeliners are in the same drawer as my brow products. We'll just do all of those together. But I have 81 eyeliners. This is all my eyeliners. Liquid, pencil, gel, all of them. 27 of those are black liners. And I definitely 100% blame BoxyCharm and Ipsy for that because I feel like they were always sending one eyeliner like every other month, and it got to be a lot. And I also like never throw any of them away, so, and I don't go through them that quickly, so I definitely need to declutter that and just get rid of all the expired ones. I like used one of them the other day and it was totally completely dry when I went to like use it, and I was like, wow, cool, it's just been sitting there and taking up space. Not that they're big or anything, but just, yeah, that was, yeah, I really need to go through and declutter that one. And then I have my brow products. I have 22 brow products. I did break down this category into like subcategories because I feel like there's so many different types of brow products that I feel like the number 22 isn't like super helpful. So yeah, so I have 4 brow gels. I definitely only need one of those for sure. I think that's again another category where I just need to find the one that I like the most and just stick with it. I have 5 brow powders. One of them is a brow powder palette. I have 9 brow pencils / brow pens. Yeah, I don't need that many. That number can definitely go down, but again, I don't know. That's a weird one because I want to be able to have a brow pen. I want to be able to have a brow pencil, but I also want to be able to make sure that I have like drugstore options. So, and then the other category is brow pomades. I do have 4 of those. I don't need 4 of those because that's a product I generally don't reach for. I'm not super big on brow pomades. I much prefer brow pencils. I just feel like they're easier. They don't take as much time. Like I can do my brows a lot more quickly. So there's that. I also have a random color corrector category, which again, I don't really use these, so this category should definitely not be as high as it is, but it's still not, like, it's not super bad or anything, but I have 7 color correctors. So this is sort of a random category, and I don't know if I should have included it or not, but I included some facial oils that are sitting in my makeup collection, because again, they're kind of more products that I would use if I was doing if I was doing my makeup. So I have 4 of those. I feel like that's just like a random category. Probably could have been included with like the moisturizers and skincares, but for some reason it's its own. I wrote it down as its own category. I also have foundation mixers. I have 4 of those. I think that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. So switching over to my eyeshadow palettes. So I have 127 eyeshadow palettes. This is a category that's hard for me because I really have a hard time like picking like which eyeshadow palettes to keep. Like there's definitely some that I know that I want to declutter, and we'll see if we can bring that number down significantly or not, but I don't know. I really, like, I've thought about this and thought about it and thought about it, and there's just no number that sounds good to me when it comes to eyeshadow palettes. Like I really enjoy them. I'm trying not to buy too many more of them because I'd rather focus on the ones that I already have, but I don't know, they're definitely like my weakness. So I have too many to rotate through, which is the biggest issue for me. So I definitely want to declutter some of them. So next up I have highlighters. I have 71 highlighters. This is including pressed highlighters, loose highlighters, cream highlighters, liquid highlighters. Yeah, I do need to declutter in this category as well. I think that there's just no way I can rotate through that many. But highlighters, I would say like my two most favorite makeup categories are eyeshadow palettes and highlighters. So that's why I have so many of both of those. But yeah, I just want to be able to rotate through them, so definitely need to declutter some of those guys. Next up I have blushes. I do have 55 blushes, and that is way too many. By the way, when I look down, it's because I'm looking at my notebook that has the numbers on it, but yeah, 55 blushes is too many for me to rotate through. There does need to be some decluttering there. And bronzer, I do have 23 bronzers. I think that's a category that could be a lot smaller because when I think about bronzers, like there's not a whole lot of variation from bronzer to bronzer when you think about like what one person would want. Like blushes, you know, you can wear a variety of different colored blushes. And similar thing with highlighter to an extent, but with bronzer, there's kind of like one tone and shade, you know, that's gonna like suit your skin tone the best. And so then it kind of just comes down to like the different formulas, and there's probably, you know, each person probably has a formula or two that they prefer over others, so just sort of finding the right shade and then the right formula and sticking with that type of bronzer. So I don't really need to have like as big of a variety of bronzers. That category can definitely stand to be decluttered. I also make contour its own category. I do have like I do have 4 contour products, so like contour sticks or contour powders. I don't need that many, I don't think, even, because I don't do a whole lot of contouring these days, but that's also not like a horrible number. Like, I'm not mad at it at all. So, and then I have face palettes. So I have 34 face palettes. This is like any face palette, like highlighters, blushes, contouring palettes even. I want that number to go down just because I feel like I don't really like face palettes much these days because there's always like at least 1 or 2 shades that I can't use. My next category is mascara. I have 19 mascaras. A lot of those are sample sizes. A good amount of them are unopened. I don't need that many like in backup or anything. So that's something that that's probably a category I could try and work through. Next up are like sprays. So whether they're priming sprays or setting sprays or something in between. I do have 12. I'm not horribly mad at that number. It's definitely a number I want to see getting smaller as I go. But I'm not like super duper upset with it. So, and then my last product category is lip products. So these are like any lip product from lip liner to a lip gloss. So I did break it down for like subcategories, but total I have 276 lip products. That's way too many for me to rotate through. And again, this is a category where I know a lot of them have expired, but I just am like in denial about it. So I really do need to go through and declutter and just get rid of anything that's super old. Cause I stopped buying Kylie lip products a while ago, and I have like a lot of Kylie products, and like thinking about when I purchased them, I'm like, oh shit, like that was a while ago and it's gross. Like they're probably expired, and I have found, in the past, I have found mold in some of my lip products. So I think that's kind of why I get sort of like in denial about it, because I don't really want to go and inspect them, and I don't really want to try them out on my lips to see if they're good, because I'm worried that there's mold in them that I like can't see. So yeah, I think I just need to kind of like think about when I purchase something and just sort of make like a cutoff, you know, and anything that I purchased before that just needs to go, if that makes sense. So if I added everything up correctly, I have 1,094 makeup products. Definitely too many to rotate through if you think about it that way. So I am excited to do some decluttering and just kind of get this collection to be, I don't know, sort of curated in the sense that everything is something that I'm either trying out or something that I really, really like. And it's just like, you know, I can rotate through everything and feel like I'm getting good use out of all of my products rather than letting some of them just kind of like sit there. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed getting to hear my numbers and kind of sneaking a little peek inside my makeup drawers. I'm excited to finally have this video up. I think it's definitely overdue. People have been asking me to do this for a while, and I just kind of never had gotten around to it, but I'm glad that I did. Let me know if this is something you would like to see me do twice a year, once a year. What are your thoughts on that? I don't want to do it too often because I don't really know. After my declutter, like I don't really know how much my makeup collection numbers will change after like this next. I think it'll change after that, but then 6 months after my declutter, I don't think it's going to be too much different. So, and then 6 months after that, again, I don't know how much different it'll be, but let me know if that's something that you would want to see, and then I would do like a comparison. So I'd be like, the last time I did this, this is what the number was, and then this is what it is now. So you would see the changes. Anyways, I'm excited to get decluttering. I'm going to actually start right now because I'm pretty excited to do this. So anyways, that is it for me. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.